What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name is Greg Wave. I'm going to share with you guys today what a part-time Uber week can look like. This is about 27 hours, so, a very, very doable amount of time, and I'm going to give you guys a trick where you could do really good numbers. I'm not going to say a trick, but an idea of how you could also do really good numbers, close numbers to this overall week with only 2 days of work. What I've found is that full-time driving isn't very beneficial in the long run, and that's why I wanted to do a part-time week so you guys can get a good idea of how you cannot put crazy amounts of miles on your car, but still make some really good additional income. I think the most effective way to do ride sharing is to just utilize the absolute best times to drive, supplement your income, put less miles on your car so that you can live a better life and be making more money than you were before. Looking at Uber and Lyft as a career, I've never thought was wise, so let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna pull up some screenshots for you guys so you can take a peek at what I actually did. This isn't me just talking and fluffing you guys up. These are my actual numbers. So as you can see, I made about $611. So for 27 hours, not too bad at all. I made about $70 in tips, which I don't think is too bad. If I did a full-time week, I usually try to make about $150 or more in tips. So this was actually a little bit of a slower week for me in tips. Probably just picked up a bunch of idiots, I'm just kidding. I was probably just in a bad mood that week or something. All right, so let's just dive right into this. So Monday, I didn't even work. I think the previous week I had worked Sunday, which is pretty rare for me, but I needed to take Monday off. I was very drained and it just would have been a lot. But Tuesday, looks like I was still recovering, didn't really work that much. As you can see on the chart, it's like one of the lowest days as far as the amount of time worked. So you're talking $50, whatever. At the end of the day, that's just kind of complimenting whatever I did for the entire week, Wednesday was about the same, $40. Both of those days I worked about 3 hours. So Wednesday was actually not a good day at all when you really think about it. Thursday I did a little bit more. You're looking at $90. My stance has always been that Monday through Thursday, if you're getting close to or making over $100, that's pretty good. I'm not going to say for an hourly rate, but the way I've always kind of looked at this is if you can make $100 Monday through Thursday, so you've got $400 by the time Thursday hits. And then if you can make $200 on Friday and Saturday, you're looking at an $800 a week. And not the worst income, you could definitely be doing way better, but it's very doable. So in my eyes, $90 on a Thursday, that could be better. But this is also, again, a week where I was working part-time. If I had done it full-time, I probably would have had a few more hours on that day and probably made more like $120, $130. And the same thing with the rest of those days. Wednesday and Tuesday, I definitely would have made over $100 if it were a full-time week, but it wasn't. So that's where we're at. Okay, so what I'm about to get into real quick, this is where the money is at. So pay attention to this part more than anything, because for Uber and Lyft driving, this is just how you should be doing it. This is the only way I do it now. I only work at the most 20 hours a week on Uber and Lyft now. I refuse to do more. I refuse to do, I've done less. I refuse to do more than 20 hours a week, and it's usually more like 15 to 18. The reason being is because of what I'm about to show you right here. Okay, so let's pull up Friday. So Friday I did about $225. That was in about 6 to 7 hours. So a few things. That's for one, a great hourly rate. For two, that's not bad money. I mean, I think a lot of people would be happy if they made $200+ in a day. And let's even say hypothetically I used gas for that. So I wouldn't have done a full tank. So let's even just say I took $25 off that for gas. You're still at $200, Like, I really don't see that as bad, especially if you're doing this as a part-time side hustle type thing. You know, that's great additional money. So now let's pull up Saturday. Saturday I worked even less and I still made $205. So you're talking, again, in 2 days, I made $430. That is really, really good money, especially because that's in about 15 hours of time, give or take. Even if that's in 17 to 18 hours, that's still not bad money. And my point being, the main thing I want you guys to see is that the rest of these days don't mean as much. Friday and Saturday is like 75% of that overall number. So if you have a full-time job or if you have a part-time job and you're making $400 to $500 a week and you want to increase your income, but you can't go get another job, well, this is the way to go. Make sure you get your weekends off, or, you know, just put in a crazy long day. And if you get off work on a Saturday at 3, go drive from 6 or 7 p.m. until 3 a.m. when the bars let out, and you're gonna hit numbers like this. You know, from what I've seen is that when you do a full-time week, so let's even double this. Let's say I worked 54 hours this week and we just, you know, kind of double. So instead of 27 hours, we did 54 hours. We double each of these numbers. So you're making $100 on Tuesday, $80 on Wednesday, $180 on Thursday, and about $550 on Friday, and about $510 on Saturday. You go up to about $1,222. Okay, so let's look at this at, just hypothetically speaking, if this was doubled, I made $1,222 in 54 hours. So a lot of hours. You know, definitely a lot of hours, but $1,222, pretty good money, right? Well, we probably would spend about $250 of that in gas for a full-time week of driving. We'll just say hypothetically that's in a relatively good gas mileage car. So now you're down to just under $900. And now that's not too bad, because $900, you know, your hourly rate on that that's probably 18 an hour, give or take. Someone can correct my math if you guys want, but ballpark 18 an hour. So that's not too bad. I think a lot of people would be happy if they were consistently making 18 an hour, right? But this is my main point, is that 18 an hour for 54 hours isn't good if you're talking long term, because 54 hours a week, that's a ton of trips, that's a ton of rides, that is a ton of mileage on your car. And we're talking that in the span of 2 years, if you kept that pace, your car's toast. So now you've got to hope that you'd put enough money aside to either fix your car or get a new car. And by fix your car, I just mean that you're going to have a lot of maintenance stuff that would come up if you did those hours, 54 for like 2 years. You'd be a madman to do that, because I can't imagine working 55 hours every single week. Like, why even do Uber and Lyft at that point? But you guys got to really think about this, because there's a lot of people that start ride sharing and they get excited and they think, oh, I can do this full time. Imagine if you worked just Friday or Saturday and you thought, hey, this is what it's always going to be like. You know, I'm about to make crazy amount of money. I'm about to make like $1,400 a week, you know? And then you would do it and you'd realize, oh wait, but Monday through Thursday, it's very tough to make $200. Very tough. I mean, your ceiling on Monday through Thursday is probably like 190. And that's like maxing out the clock and probably just getting lucky with a lot of things. Like I said, Monday through Thursday, I've always said it's good if you can make $100 in whatever amount of time. Hopefully it's only 5, maybe it's 10, you know, who knows? They're very unpredictable, weekdays are. But what the main thing I want you guys to see from this video is you've got to add this up in your head and think to yourself, would that really make sense? $1,200 sounds, you know, you're making over $40,000 a year if you really are making $1,200 a week. But the first thing I want you guys to see, you're not making $1,200 a week. Okay, and that's again the trap, is you get this pay statement and you think, hey, that's good money. I mean, $611 part-time doesn't seem too bad at all. But again, once you take the gas out of the equation, it's decent. It's not bad. But if this was full-time, it makes even less sense because of how much wear and tear you would put on your car in 1 week doing 54 hours. I can't remember how many trips it was for the week, but it was a lot. And if you double that number and did 50 to 55 hours, you know, there's just not a lot of sense there. But I will say that I was happy with this week. For a part-time week, I felt like this was a good week. You know, after gas, I think I probably made something like 500-ish. And that's pretty good, you know, to be supplementing your income, to, you know, really to be bringing in an extra $2,000 a month part-time is pretty solid. But the main thing is imagine how much better this week would have been if, let's say, I did a different job Monday through Thursday, and then I just put in 15 hours Friday and Saturday and got close to that mark. That makes even more sense, and that is the best way to drive Uber and Lyft. So I'm going to let you guys go on that note. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We have a ton more content coming your way. You know, guys, just be really smart about this, okay? But have a great week. I hope you guys crush it. I hope you guys make a lot of money. You know, that's why we're all doing this. So stay positive, be friendly, help people out. You're going to get a hell of a lot of tips. And be sure to check back in with the channel soon. See you guys.